dumped into pits. Once they'd done their work to death, covered up with dirt and forgotten about it. These teenage slaves, their bones are bent from carrying heavy loads. Northerners thought of slaves as disposable commodities. They could always get more. There was another ship coming in New York Harbor with a whole fresh crop. Southerners thought of slaves as a workforce that you could keep and nurture and save and use for decades. And it was actually law in all of the southern states. Once a slave could not work anymore, he or she had to be taken care of in their old age. Very similar to what Social Security is like today. You could not free an elderly slave. You had to take care of them. So generally they gave them light duty. In the North, if we had operated under a work-for-hire system, if you lost your hand in an industrial accident, you're out the door. That did not happen in the South. I'm not making excuses for slavery. Slavery was wrong. We should have started to get rid of it. Once the slave trade was abolished in 1818, the biggest mistake the South ever did was allow the North to push slave trade home to us. The final thing I'd like to say is just another odd thing is Brown University, the most liberal universities in the nation, is named after John Brown, not abolitionist John Brown. John Brown, the most successful slave trader in American history. Think about this, the biggest liberal university in the United States is built on the backs of the slave trade. At the very least, they should change the name of the university. You have University of Mississippi has to change its mascot from the colonel because, well, that's not very inclusive. Reminds people of slavery. Brown University remains Brown University, even though it has a very sordid history. Just end today with things you can do is study your heritage, study the South. Try and convince your friends and neighbors and your children to be proud of being Southerners. And to be frank, it's a very uphill battle. There's 100 million people living in the South. 70 million of them are Southerners. If you figure conservatively, maybe half of those people had Confederate ancestors. That's 30 million people. What do we have? Maybe 20 people here as spectators today, showing you that too many of our friends and neighbors and children have forgotten about their Southern heritage, forgotten about their Confederate heritage. And the only way to remind them about that is to tell them about it. And start telling them about how the South really built this nation and try and bring them back into the fold, I guess. You've got to defend your right to cultural heritage. Try and continue to have events like Confederate Memorial Day. And today is actually triply historic. 143 years ago today, Stonewall Jackson died, and 145 years ago today, Stonewall Jackson died. 143 years ago today, Jefferson Davis was captured in Irwinville, Georgia. He was taken to a federal prison camp within a month. Support your own ancestors. Just study as much if you're young, and if you have grandparents, go back and talk to them. Say, tell me about my Confederate ancestors. While they're still here, talk about it. Try and write this stuff down and start spreading the news to everybody you know. And most just important of all, just keep telling your children that they are Southerners. They're Americans, but they're also Southerners, and they're also North Carolinians. One of the interesting aspects about North Carolina is most of when you say where somebody is from, they'll say the town, it's followed by North Carolina, even though we're in North Carolina. I've always thought that was an interesting aspect. It shows that people have been brought up to be proud of their state. They'll say they're from Winston-Salem. It's Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Whiteville, North Carolina. I'm from Ashe County, North Carolina. Continue to do that. You don't hear people in the North do that. That's a Southern trait, a North Carolina trait, that I think makes us who we are. Thanks for having me today. And if politically correct guide to the South, a little commercial. After this is over, I'll be over here in the parking lot. I have that book, and I also have a book coming out June the 3rd. Not yet in the bookstores, called Pursuit, The Chase, Capture, Persecution, and Surprising Release of Jefferson Davis. And I get into the news about that book is that Abraham Lincoln and Andrew Johnson both believed that secession was legal. And they did not want Jefferson Davis tried in a court of law, particularly the United States Supreme Court, because they were afraid that Jefferson Davis could prove that secession was legal did then, blame for the war, the 620,000 deaths in the war, he blamed on the United States, not the Confederacy. He was kept in prison for 2 years while they tried to figure out something that he'd done wrong. And he hadn't done anything wrong, so he finally had to kick him loose. And this has just been kind of lying under the surface for 145 years or so. But I have diary entries and letters and newspaper editorials saying, let's figure out a way to get rid of Jefferson Davis legally, because we don't want him to go to trial and defend the idea of secession, because we're going to lose. Thanks very much.
Folks, we have a treat today. As a ton of Confederate veterans, as Clint mentioned, we're trying to get new members to work with groups like the 38th, North Carolina, and to be able to hold our Confederate Memorial Day services to honor our ancestors, our heroes. We have 3 new members being inducted into the camp today, and I thought it would sort of be appropriate. We do have a meeting coming up next Saturday at 8:30, but I thought it would be sort of appropriate to induct these new guys, new members, here at this ceremony today, in front of the graves of these patriots, these heroes here. So, if Martin 2, William Harper, and Craig Dunbar will step forward, please.
Gathered here to initiate into the bonds of fraternal brotherhood. These named freedom patriots. We share a common birthright as Southerners and descendants of those who served the Confederate States of America. The Sons of Confederate Veterans is a patriotic organization not linked with any other organization and is neither political nor sectional. We take justifiable pride in our Confederate forebears, men and women, who sacrificed their all for the cause in which they believed. The Confederate soldier won the admiration of the world by his courageous fight against an enemy overwhelming in numbers, equipment, and the implements of war. With few exceptions, they were volunteers who fought for principles of government in which they believed. Although defeated, they left us traditions of faith in God, honor, chivalry, and respect for womanhood. They left us a passionate belief in freedom for the individual. Our Confederate ancestors bequeathed to us a military tradition of valor, patriotism, devotion to duty, and a spirit of self-sacrifice. When our nation no longer admires and pays tribute to these traditions, we will no longer remain a free nation. Now, having expressed your desire to join the Sons of Confederate Veterans, I would like you here and now to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to its Constitution, and I promise to defend it against all enemies. I pledge myself to loyally support the activities of the